Well, hello everybody, Welsh Farmer and the Apprentice here.
Hello.
Welcome back to episode 2 on rolling Moss Pastures. Yeah, as we said, welcome back guys, Borodar. We are back for episode 2 on rolling Moss Pastures here on Saxlingham. And we have got a massive day ahead of us. So had a quick meeting with the team, so we have got a big field to harvest over there. The harvesters are over there ready and waiting. Some of the guys are going to jump in these tractors now, head off in the trailers to start carting the grain into the silo there, and we're going to have to bale up all that straw as well. So that'll be another job for me to do, I would imagine. And then we've also got this field of fieldgrass to harvest, which is going to be our first silage harvest. So I may just jump in the tractor with a mower on soon and get that done first before I move on to another job. But we've also want to start looking at some of our contracts. As I said in the beginning, the first sort of idea I had for running this series was to do as many contracts as we could and run them simultaneously and things like that. So we're going to jump into the menu now, myself and the Apprentice, work out a couple of contracts. We'll also get them on the go at the same time. So let's have a quick look, shall we? What are you thinking, mate?
I'm thinking do the chap one.
You want to do this chaff one?
Yeah.
You think we should do that one first? Okay, no problem. Do that one. So yeah, I think we will do that. And we've got all the kit for it, haven't we?
Mm.
So we'll do that. So we'll accept that one.
What, do we have a forager?
Yeah, we've got a forager and things set up down in the bottom shed. And all of the gear. We might just need to get a spare tractor from somewhere, but we can work that out. And then I want to go leave those harvesting ones for now. Could probably do some liming ones soon. Mow and bale ones don't look that profitable really. Maybe the mowing ones. We'll have a look at them again in a bit. Mulching ones. Again, yeah, possibles. We could do one of those today, couldn't we? We've got enough time.
Mm.
The ploughing ones, we'll leave the ploughing ones for now because they're too time consuming, but I do want to try one of these spraying contracts because I want to jump in our new fence sprayer. I'm going to give that a run out. So I think we will go for, I think field 34. Do you reckon? Try that one? Yeah, it's the sort of middle of the three, isn't it? So if we take those two contracts, get the harvest set up, get that up and running, and I can think about quickly mowing that field, jumping in the sprayer, heading off in the spray and doing that. And then once we get a bit further on in the day, we can go off and do that maize harvest, can't we, for that customer? So let's accept that one as well. Excellent. Right, so these two are there ready to go. Excellent stuff. Right then, what we need to do now from here to make sure those harvesters are up and running, get the guys off in these tractors ready to start carting the grain, and then get the day up and running. As you can see, we've got £184,104 in the bank, which you may seem quite a bit, but bought some more kit. But we also need to fill all of that kit up. So we need to fill our lime spreader and our fertiliser spreader that we've got over at the shop. We've got a new tipper trailer to bring down here and test for carting stuff around on the farm. We also need to feed our animals as well. That's another job we need to do, mate. Before we do anything else, we need to feed all of our sheep. So I should jump in there, load all and do that, I think. Get some of the bales in. What do you reckon? Good plan? Yeah. Right then. Start of episode 2, day 2. September the 1st, year 1. Let's get cracking. Right, that's that lot sorted. All off on the harvest. Everything's set up, ready to go. Drop off in the grain silo. So I'm going to head up here. I'm going to jump in the Massey. Keep the mowers on it, because we're going to be back in this field just across here in a second. But I've just remembered to go and feed our chickens. Haven't done that yet. The cows and the goats and the like have got plenty of food to keep them going in the meadow for now, so what we'll do is we will get going on this mowing, I think. Let's get this all connected up. There you go. Right. And what we're going to do, I'm not really sure what we're going to do. It'd be good to get some feedback on this. Do I bale this field with a new McHale baler, or do I set it up and we forage it all? It'd be interesting to see what people think of that, because we have got a foraging contract to do. So I was thinking of getting that done fairly sharpish after we've got this field mowed. I think we'll probably do the spraying contract first, because that's not going to take as long. And then, yeah, let me know what you think of that. Shall I get this baled up with the new McHale baler, or do we set it up and do some foraging with it? Because we've got that big forage chaff bunker up there that we can put it all in to ferment for silage. So let me know on that. So let's jump out of camp view here now and go back a little bit, and we can get cracking. Either way, it's going to need mowing and then windrowing up anyway, so we'll get it all mowed first, and then we'll go from there. Let's spill some grass all over the path there, reverse back, and let's get going. So, and I'm more leaning towards maybe doing it with a forager, 'cause it's one thing I never do enough of. Always just revert back to baling it for ease, really. Overly fast on the corners. We'll just get it done best we can, because like I say, we've got a windrow up anyway. So, and like I said, moving forward with this save, we really want to be looking at doing as many contracts as we possibly can. At the end of the day, that's the only way we're going to make a decent amount of money quickly, because we're going to have to pour as much money back into the farm as we can. Got a few bits of kit over at the shop that need sorting out, a lime spreader and a fertiliser spreader. We've got a bit of money in the bank, but we still need to fill those items up, get some stores of lime and things like that. That's going to zap a lot of money. Our sprayer is already full, so that's not too bad. Don't have to worry too much about that for the first contract. We still need to get everything filled with silage additive and everything else, so there we go. So that's the first field that we harvested in the last episode. As you can see, the bales are all there, stacked up, ready to be picked up. I think what I'll do is I will bale up the other field and probably stack them up and get them all ready, and look at getting them all put away in one go rather than doing them field by field, because we haven't got any rain forecast for a good while, so they can stay out there and stay dry. So that's really good. We're going to do 2 headlands on this, I think, and then we'll go on the up and downs. And I'm going to use a bit of GPS from VCA, I think, from the vehicle control add-on to help me with my straight lines on that. So I'll get on with these headlands. I'll see you in a minute when we're back up on the up and downs. Right, that's that bit done. 2 headlands. So we've got to the top of the row here, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to cross the top of the field here, go down the other side, start the up and downs on the other side, because that's the longest edge. So let's get these lot all lifted up. Let's get down there. A couple of things I want to show you first. Get down this other corner. Stop this here for a second. Let's jump out and show you. So first thing I want to show you is this, which is a new grass fill plane that I've added into my base game map files. I've added in some different fill plane textures for grass, hay, silage, chaff, manure and lime, I think they are total. What do we think of that? Let me know in the comments what you think of this, because if it's worth it and people like it, I'll put it together in a little pack of what I've added and a little video together so on how you can change them all over. But I think they look really cool. Just look a lot sort of neater and less blotchy. Same for the hay. The second thing I want to show you is this. So this may look like some professional bale stacking, but trust me, it's not, because I would never be able to stack bales like this. So I've been using Heston bales, the baler with that brings out Heston bales from the mod hub. For this, they look very neatly stacked, don't they? But this is actually it's a bit like a silo, really. Nathan's 6930 from Meadow Mods' Discord server sent me this, and let me have a look at it. So let me just turn on the settings so we can see where we're at. As you can see, the bale's in here, and they come out there, and they stack up there, and I think it'll hold like 250 bales, maybe even more. And this whole section here will fill with bales. So that's what I've done. I've added that one here and one over by the oak field that we're harvesting at the moment, field 12. Just to make it a little bit easier, you can scoop the bales up straight off the field, pile them up there, and then get straight back in the field here. Because I'm going to need to lime and cultivate or plough this up. As you can see, the nitrogen levels are particularly low, so that's what we're going to do next. So I thought if I can get the bale straight up, stack them up there without having to cart them backwards and forwards to the farm first, that would save me a bit of time. And like I say, I'll do the same with the oak field, get them all stacked up in that one. That'll be in the next episode, I think, and I'll show you the bale chaser and stuff that we're using for that on this this series. So let's turn that off again. Let's get back in the Massey, and let's get going on this mowing. There we go. So go out a little bit further, turn everything back on again, and this is where we're going to use VCA now. So let's get lined up as best we can. There we go. So I've looked at the yeah, we'll do it this way around. It doesn't really matter. I needed to come down here and show you this anyway. So where are we? Here we go. That needs turning slightly. So this takes a little bit of adjustment just to make sure I've got it in the right direction. Shift that across a little bit. That'll do. And now I can use my GPS. So this will line itself up now. Back into my tools. And cruise control on. There we go. Mow a bit of the field border while we're at it. There we go. Now this is a really cool bit of kit. Right, I've missed the edge there, but that's not too much Not like we're going to be short of grass. I'll just nip that bit up after. So yeah, have a look for this. I'm fairly sure it's still in its beta phase. It was a really popular mod for FS22. It's called Vehicle Control Add-on. It's up on GitHub. I'll put a link in the description below for the GitHub page for it. There's a little bit more to it in 25, but like I say, it is still in its beta phase, so there's a lot of work it needs doing on it to get it absolutely spot on. But the GPS in this is fantastic. So easy to use, and I'm using a Stream Deck here with some buttons on it specifically set up for using this. Lifting and lowering all the tools and stuff like that works fantastic. Makes life so much easier. So then what we're going to do now is I'm going to chuck this into a little bit of a time-lapse montagey thing, maybe a little bit of music behind it, and I can check in on the guys harvesting over there at the same time. So I will see you guys when we are pretty much finished here and we are on to our next job. So see you shortly. Here we go. We are pretty much done apart from those little bits at the bottom there. Little row of shame. Which is absolutely brilliant timing. It's just coming up to 10 past 10, so we've not been at it long. And the other guys have just finished harvesting that oat field. So the harvesters and the two lads in the tractors with the trailers are on their way back to the farm. Let's get all this lifted up. Head back down, just nip those little bits in, and then we're going to take a walk down to the silo. Let's see what we've got in the silo from that harvest. Last time I checked there was like 80,000 litres in the silo, so quite a successful harvest all in all. And then what I need to do then is send one of the team off to pretty much get straight on with baling up the straw. Turn all of this off. It all folded up. Yeah, so we can get on with baling up that straw. From there I can jump in the sprayer, get off and get that spraying contract done. Come back here, work out where we're at, probably get this field all rowed up and ready for foraging as well. I am tempted though to bale it all just to see how many bales we get, but we'll stick with the foraging idea. Let me know if you think I should bale it. See if you can sway my decision. Right then, there we go. Pull this up here out of the way for a second. Oh, everybody's back, look at this. Ideal. Outstanding, that is great work. Didn't expect to get that harvesting done so quick. Fantastic, right then, so on to the next job. Getting the baler going in that field and getting all that baled up and getting myself off in the sprayer. Off to the field, get that sprayed. Field 34, we've got a spray, so it shouldn't take us too long in that big fence spray of ours, but that's great, I'm really chuffed for that. 10:15 in the morning. I'm already absolutely cracking on, so right then, let's get the slot tidied away, cleaned up, put back in the sheds where it belongs for now. Catch you guys in a couple of minutes. There we go. So that's all that equipment washed and put away. And the lads off on their next jobs. One windrowing that grass field and one baling up the straw. I can't remember whether I mentioned it earlier, but it's one key job I forgot to do, and that is to feed the chickens. So let's get some chicken feed into these chickens, and then I can go off with the sprayer and get everything sprayed for that contract. So trying to remember how I need to do this now, because the feed trigger on this is a little bit finicky with these bags, from what I remember. Let's have a look. There's the dialog box. There we go. There it is. Take one more of those. That'll keep them going for a little bit. There we go. No, that's better. See what I mean by it being a little bit iffy? There we go. That'll keep them going for a while. All the other animals, like I say, have got meadow grass to eat for now. But we are going to chuck some hay in with the goats and stuff shortly. I'll do that once I've got this spraying done. Right. Jog down here. Let's jump in the sprayer. Got all the bells and whistles and everything on this sprayer. I really did kit it out with whatever I possibly could, because I've not used one before. Thought I'd give it all the bells and whistles, give it everything it needs. I'm going to fill it up with some herbicide from this herbicide refill point. I'm going to head back down that track onto the road over the bridge and up to the next door's farm where field 34 is, and we're going to crack on with getting that sprayed. So let's jump in this and let's get it refilled. There we go, all filled. Do a big turn here, I think. Four-wheel steering on this as well, so that helps massively. So hope I can get it across this little bridge. So by now the other guys will be cracking on with that baling and with windrowing of that grass. So not quite sure what we're going to get in this episode all in on, but we'll do what we can to get everything we can in. Ooh, it's across there, okay. So entrance into the field here. This field's got peas in it, I think. So we will go all the way up to the top of the farm here. Fairly sure, Farmer Sim series, if you haven't already seen that, our farms are all built on the same map that Chimera's built for him, and I'm fairly sure this is where Chimera's farm is normally, so slightly different on here than it does if you've seen it on Farmer Sim series. But the big old field, we'll go down here I think. There we go. Right then. So I'm clear of all the trees. Let's get this thing unfolded. Forward a bit more. Catch the hedge. There we go. Right. Sharp turn here now. Let's get this turned on. And let's get going. So I'm going to put this into a bit of a cinematic. Show off this new sprayer of mine. I'll catch you guys when we're finished. Okay. Problems. Not quite sure my genius has worked there. As you can see, there's still weeds in the field. Now I have absolutely no idea why, but it just wasn't killing them. Tried a few different ways, a few different times. The only thing I haven't done is tried a different sprayer. But those weeds were as they were per the contract. And for some reason that sprayer isn't killing the weeds off, so I don't know what's going to happen there. So I think what we need to do is I might have to just cancel that and take a hit on it. Because it's just not working. I don't know why. Oh, we don't need to take a hit on it. That's a bonus. So all we've got to do now is that chaff contract over on 51. So I think what I'm going to do... what? That wasn't like that a second ago. What is going on there? That's a bit bizarre. Got to be something I've done there that's caused that. Very strange. Anyway, let us get back in the sprayer. And let's get this back to the farm, because obviously that hasn't worked properly. I'm not sure why the field state's changed there. Back into something completely different. How bizarre. And then we will get on with this forage contract. Need to get a contract done today, otherwise it's going to be a bit of a waste. So let's get cracking. I'll see you when we get back to the farm. Change of plan. All may not be lost. I just need to do a quick spin around here, because we have just taken another spraying contract on. We're 41 this time. Pull up the mini map. I need to go back across the road, back the way we came, and back up to field 41. All may not be lost. So I will take the journey up to field 41 instead. Then we can crack on with the spraying contract. So I shall see you guys when we get there. Okay, right then. Here we go. Field 42. Sorry, Mr. Wagon Driver. We've also got field 41, which is right next door, which I'm also certain needs spraying for the same farmer. So see how long this is going to take. We may even jump in and do that for him while we're here. So we can make up a bit of lost time there. Let's stop this here. And attempt number 2. Spraying contract in our new sprayer. Hopefully turn this into a cinematic and the other field if all being well. If not, you might find me crying, sitting, rocking backwards and forwards in the chair of the sprayer. So let's see how we go with this, guys, shall we? Fingers crossed. There we go. First field done. Get this folded up, get out the field. Like I say, the field next door needs spraying again. Or spraying as well. But do I risk it? Do I need the money for this one? No, I think I'll leave it. The crop in there is dead anyway, so I checked before. So it doesn't necessarily need to be sprayed. Unless, of course, they're thinking of spraying it off before ploughing it in, which is possible. Well, let's get the mini-map up so we can go back down to our farm. There we go. So right turn here. Right then, I'll take a quick spin back down to the farm, see how the lads are getting on down there. I'll catch up with you guys a couple of minutes when we're back in the yard. And here we are back at the farm again. God, Farms in Briscoe has done absolute wonders with this map. Just thinking on the way down, driving back down the lanes, how nice it is to drive down and around on this map. It's an absolute pleasure to play on. And then coupling that with the build that Kamira's done for me on this section of the map is absolutely unbelievable. I absolutely love it. But yeah, such a relaxing place to play the game and the you know, and drive round on and things like that. It's incredible. So let's jump out cab view here so we can get this back in its home. Well, that's a palaver over with. I could do with having to think about for a while. That's kind of why I didn't take that other contract, because I wasn't 100% sure it was going to be successful. Anyway, we're done on that, which is good. This trip out in that wasn't as bad as it could have been, so that's all good. Right, let us take the cash for that contract. There we go. Nice bit of extra cash in the bank. That'll pay for all the lime and the fertilizer and things that we've got to go and buy up soon. So, right, I'm going to nip back up into the yard here and see how the lads are getting on with the baling and the windrowing. It's 1:45. I'm going to need their help to jump in on this foraging contract. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in that foraging contract, get that done straight away, and that'll be us for this episode. So, gonna have a chat with the lads. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. See you in a sec. Right, so checked on the baler, and he's still way into his up and downs on this second run, so he's got a little bit of time left to go yet. As you can see, the windrow is not far off finished now. Looking to be on there. Yeah, the internal headland. So they've only got this one to finish and one more headland to go, so that's ideal. So we're going to need the tractors. So I think what I'm going to do now is I will go down, get the forager all prepped and ready, filled with silage additive, and we can get that up over to the field and ready to go before the lads come over with the tractors and trailers. So let's get that done first, shall we? Excellent. Right, let's get in this forager, get this filled up, get the header connected, and get ourselves off. And get ourselves off to the field. The rest of the lads organise themselves. To move this pickup header out of the way first. Got a funny feeling this forage contract is going to take us at least the rest of the day. We haven't got a massive amount to do, the field's not huge, but we've got a fair way to cart it. Pretty much the width of the map, the bottom end of the map. So what I have done is I have bought on hire purchase, thanks to ASUS hire purchase mod, a Flegel trailer. There we go. So there's a notification to say that the windrow is finished. That's good. Frees up one of the team and the tractor, so they can come over and give me a hand straight away. Let's get this thing filled up, shall we? That didn't cost me too much, £63, is that all? Expecting it to be a lot more than that. Excellent. Right, so I'll go and swap one of the lads, get this thing off to the field, turn it round in here, because it needs to go the other way. Get them to jump in this and take it down to the field. There we go, nothing to see here, nothing to see here. See if that parked up. I'll grab myself a tractor. Okay, here we are at the field. 51. The guys have already made a start, so that's good. See, they've already cut in the headland there. So I shall make my way down here, see how they're getting on. We've also got one of the other guys coming down with one of the Richard Western trailers, because I have a sneaky suspicion we're going to have to do some carting around for this. And after all the stress and the faffing about and the palaver I've had in the run up to getting this far in this episode, I thought I'm just going to take it easy. There he goes, it must be full. I mean, that was quick. Well, that crop's withered as well anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I thought I'm just going to take it easy. I'm just going to cart some maize silage. Try out our new trailer that we got on hire purchase. So yeah, hopefully this will be a nice, easy, stress-free job. Also, not so time-consuming. That'll be good. I think we're going to call it a day on this episode after we finish this job, but the sooner we can get it done and get back to the farm, the better. So I think I will put this into a bit of a montage again, and put a bit more music behind it. Hopefully this will be a bit more entertaining than the spraying fiasco we had earlier. Welcome to Calamity Farming with Davis Agri. Right then, let's get on with this, let's get cracking. See you guys in a bit. There we go. So that's the last load off the field, for us at least. One of the other guys is on his way back in near the tractor coming back now. He's going to pick up the last of those bits, and then he'll probably just drop that straight off in our silage bit, because I would imagine that'll be left over. So what we'll do is we will go and sell the last bits that we need to sell out of this trailer, and whatever's left in this can also be dropped in our silage pit. So I will see you guys once I have back to our farm, dropped off whatever was left over and settled the contract. I'll wait for the other guy to come back. See you in a bit. Right, this is us back at the farm. Contract's been settled, so you can see our bank balance has gone up. Successful first foraging contract all in all. So this is the leftovers from this trailer load, so let's get this put in the silage to pit quickly, because the guy is just round the corner with his load. So stick this in the corner here. We are going to end up just putting grass in here with this on top, I think, anyway, so get this in there. So it's not a huge amount in this trailer, so there we go, and then we can get out of his way. Be here any second. Let's just put that in there for now. Turn that off. Go and see where he is. Coming up the road any second. So anyway, this is pretty much going to be us for this episode, guys. So thank you very much for watching. If you're all still here by the end after the calamity during the middle and all the errors we've had, thank you very much for sticking around. If you could do me a massive favour and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done, that would be hugely appreciated. It massively helps the channel on my side grow and let people know that other people are watching it and things like that. We're going to hang around here and wait for that other trailer load to come back and then double check what we've got in the pit here as leftovers, but I'll update you on that at the beginning of the next episode, I think. So again, thank you very much for watching. It's been an absolute pleasure. I hope you're enjoying the series. Got some other big stuff coming up soon, so it'd be good to share all that with you. So I'm going to say goodbye from me and goodbye from the Apprentice.
Bye bye.
Well, I'm a Troll. See you for the next one.